Welcome back to another edition of our podcast, Investors Row. Today I'm really excited to talk to an individual who actually is addressing a big problem, in particular in the state of Texas, and that's student housing. All right. And I always find that if you could find what the issue is and put together a solution, as I just said a split second ago, I find it that it becomes almost lucrative, not only to the person that's doing something, but also to the simple fact that you're helping out a cause, right? And today, my guest, Charles Williams, also joined with J.C. Shelley, is going to talk about how, through Pioneer Realty Capital, they put together a fund, okay? And because we talk a lot about here at the IRA Club podcast about alternatives, I thought this was a unique opportunity where Charles and JC are going to help educate what is the issue, what is the problem, what is the solution to student housing. So without further ado, Charles and JC, I would love to jump in right on it. Tell me your story, Charles, and how you actually got started in this concept.
We recognized that there was an issue, particularly here in the state of Texas, with regards to student housing. As you know, here in the state of Texas, it's one of the fastest growing states in terms of job growth and population. And wherever you have jobs, you have to have a workforce that's going to support those jobs, especially those high-tech jobs. And so as a result, the public universities grow. In order for those public universities to grow, the students have to have a place to live. And so we recognized through properties that we own that there was extremely high demand for student housing here in the state of Texas.
And if you don't mind me asking, how did you decide to get started? Like it's just not something you just wake up one day and be like, okay, I want to address this issue. Let's take a step back. Let's go back like a couple of years earlier. How were you approached with this, opportunity?
Right. So we own property near the campus of Prairie View A&M University. We own 30 acres of land there. We developed about 5 acres, putting 168 beds there. And with the intent of leasing to university students. And so the first year in 2022, we opened in July, we got our certificate of occupancy. By August 1st, less than 4 weeks, we were 100% full. So that proved up that there was significant demand in the market for us. The following year, the university came to us basically pleading with us to enter into a master lease agreement with them because they had a lot of freshmen coming to campus, but they had nowhere to put them. So that began our master lease arrangement with the Texas A&M University system. And we're currently on the second master lease with them right now with Texas A&M. So that was the genesis of this. And, of course, as we got to know them and got to know more about what's happening at the other 11 universities in the Texas A&M system, we saw a great opportunity.
Why do you think it's such a big issue, out of curiosity, Charles?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, in the state of Texas, they have what's called the PUF fund for the public university systems. And that money is used for educational purposes, such as new buildings on campus or things on campus. But there's not a pocket of money provided through the state for off-campus student housing. So as these universities began to grow and in student population, then the juniors, the seniors, the grad students oftentimes have to look off campus for housing. And because many of these universities are in what we call tertiary markets, there's not a lot of off-campus housing. So the university understood that in order for them to have a place for their students to go, that they would need to be involved at some level in help supporting this student housing need off campus.
Love, so most people don't know Charles and JC, how we all met, right? You guys attend events just as much as I do. And one of the things that we always talked about was because we talk a lot about alternatives. And if you're new to the show, IRA Club is a self-directed IRA company that allows you to use a portion of your retirement dollars to diversify into different assets classes, such as what we're about to get into right now. And you are addressing, actually, one of the reasons why I actually love talking to the both of you is not only are you helping students, right, with the entire state of Texas, it's also more so driven that you are helping individuals in particular that are non-accredited. Why am I bringing this to everybody's attention is it is unbelievably rare to get a regulation A. And in this case, we have a fund called the PRC Fund. And this was your way to solve the issue, right? The Texas housing issue. And I want to jump into that a little bit, JC, because you work with a lot of IRA Club members. Why don't you introduce yourself? I know Charles is the founder, owner, managing partner, put a lot of this together. If you don't mind, why don't we just talk a little bit about the PRC Fund, how we're addressing this problem, and then talk a little bit about accredited versus non-accredited, why it's so hard to get a Reg A offering. And then Charles, feel free to chime in anytime you want.
We found that most companies, they issue out these Reg D offerings, and
Yep.
therefore your accredited investors. According to my research, there's only about 18% of our nation that's accredited, those high net worth or ultra high net worth individuals. But then that leaves that remaining 82% out there. And I believe there's about $44 trillion that is in
City.
retirement accounts.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And until recently, most individuals didn't know that you could use retirement dollars to invest in opportunities. So just taking that information and taking that education that you gave us, we created this opportunity, the PRC Equity Fund, to number one, solve a solution or solve a problem rather, which is the student housing issue throughout our country, particularly in Texas, but to also make institutional type investment opportunities available for that remaining 82% of our population. So obviously we're a bit biased about the opportunity. We think it's a great opportunity, but it allows us to solve problems on different specters. We're solving the student housing problem, but also making this institutional type opportunity available for non-accredited investors.
And I want to drive that home. So, JC, actually, Charles, you and I were at an event called the 360 University, thrown by Jacqueline, as you well know, and the majority of the people in the room were non-accredited, as we well know. And that's how you and I started that whole conversation, was like how you're addressing an issue and a problem, and at the same time, I educate people on these issues and problems where most people are tied into, if you have a 401k or IRA, into the stock market, right? Where the people that we're talking to, as you just mentioned, 18% are accredited. JC, what is that definition, by the way, of accredited versus non-accredited?
Yeah. So if you're credited, either you have a net worth of over a million. As an individual, your income is over 200,000 a year, jointly over 300,000 a year, or maybe you hold a securities license. You can also be accredited
Correct.
having one of those licenses.
And what's funny is you just said 18%. That's as of recent in the last 3 or 4 years. That's because, as we well know, pandemic, we dumped 13 trillion plus dollars into the economy. That
Absolutely.
actually shot those numbers up drastically. It was actually probably a little bit under 10%. So with that being said, that's where Charles thought, listen, why don't we go ahead and create that Reg A offering? The majority of the people we always talk to are Reg D offerings, filed with the SEC. And kudos to you, Charles, and to the Pioneer Realty Capital team, because it is not easy to get these Reg A's and Reg CF offerings, okay? And it's done really to ultimately help non-accredited investors take a portion, again, of their retirement dollars and diversify into an alternative asset. And I know we can't talk numbers, but typically, what is like a minimum investment within a Reg A offering, within the PRC fund? A minimum.
For the PRC Equity Fund, the minimum is only 5,000.
So think about that. You know, you could make a contribution to your Roth for $5,000 and make a direct investment into the PRC fund. But it was more so driven, right, to solve a problem. So I want to walk through, what does that process look like, right? When somebody wants to use, let's say, not only their personal dollars, but their retirement dollars, an IRA, 401k, 403b, HSA, to invest in the PRC fund, how does that actually work with the universities? Like walk me through that process.
So the fund, the PRC Equity Fund, provides the upfront capital for the project. So that money pays for the land, it pays for the design of the building, it pays those professionals, and then of course the legal fees that come with that, to basically put a deal together whereby the university can enter into some level of partnership with us, with the fund. And so that partnership can be forged in one of three ways, depending on the market, and depending on the circumstances. We have partnerships that are bound together with a master lease. We have partnerships that are bound together with an affiliation agreement, or it could be a simple letter of support. Now, what's interesting is what we found is in some of these communities, not only can we partner with the university to solve a problem that may exist with student housing in the market, but we found that the local government has shown an interest in being involved in these partnerships and expanding, the particular development to include, in some cases, a new city hall, a new police station, or what other government facilities may be required. And so that partnership between the fund, the university, or the government entity, and then our nonprofit organization, which is Project PRC, that comes together to allow us to issue tax-exempt municipal bonds. And through those tax-exempt municipal bonds, these projects are ultimately funded. And so that's the structure of how all this works together.
I love it. So if you don't mind me asking, PRC fund, we talked a little bit about the Reg A. I have never seen anybody, Charles, get it as fast as you did. I'm dead serious. Like, I know you're laughing about it because we see things firsthand here at the IRA Club, us being the administrators, and how we work with other sponsors. But the question I'm asking is, you are fully committed to a broker dealer, and that's the only way that you could get a Reg A offering on there. And talk about what that specific process was like, if you don't mind me asking, because most people need to understand Reg D offerings do not need to go through a broker dealer. Reg A's, however, do. So what are they exactly doing? What is the broker doing in this case?
Yeah, so the broker dealer makes sure that the fund maintains compliance with FINRA, but prior to engaging with the broker dealer, we had to get qualified through the Securities and Exchange Commission, qualified to issue these securities. And as you know, that's a very time-consuming, cumbersome process. However, we were able to get through that process in record time, and I like to believe that when the SEC examiners realized that we were specifically solving a problem in partnership with Texas public universities and even universities outside the state, where there's a true demand for housing, then it wasn't hard for them to push this thing through. And as you mentioned, we were fortunate enough to get qualified to issue these securities in record time.
But that's why I think you got it so fast, because you were addressing a big issue that like the current state of Texas was dealing with. So like I said, I know this firsthand because they typically take between 1 to 3 years to issue out a Reg A offering. You guys got it done in less than a year. So I'm saying kudos to you, your team, the broker. But for me, when you talk a lot about Reg A's and talking about helping non-accredited investors, they always ask, what is the role of IRA Club then as the administrator and us being the bookkeeper? Well, most of you have your accounts with Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab. Well, Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab is not going to let you invest your retirement dollars within the PRC fund. And in particular, I'm talking to you non-accredited investors, okay? Because most, let's face it, you know this, Charles and J.C., most individuals that we talk to, meaning sponsors, they only want to deal with accredited investors. You guys are trying to help not only the state of Texas, not only non-accredited investors, but our role is to always talk about due diligence. The broker dealer that you guys are using is currently who, Charles? I forgot.
We use Texture Capital.
Texture Capital. So they're doing the due diligence on the fund. So you guys have to basically disclose every dollar that comes in, every dollar that goes out, the amount that's being paid back out to the investor. So that to us always in the self-directed world is a big deal. And that's why as long as we've been working with each other, just want to drive that home for those individuals that are thinking about it. The only catch is you can't do, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charles or JC, it can't be more than 10% of your net worth, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct. And essentially, whichever is greatest, 10% of your annual income or your net worth. But yes, that is correct.
That is awesome. So now the fund's been up now for over a year, right? How many
Not
deals?
quite a year.
How long? Forgive me.
Not quite a year.
I thought it's been okay.
Yeah, we're qualified to issue in October of 2024. So, yeah.
Forgive me. My fault, Charles. I thought it's been a year. I mean, listen, time flies. I can't even tell anymore, believe it or not. So how many deals would you say are currently in the pipeline that you guys have working with Texas A&M? Like how many units do we have up and running?
So our direct market is the state of Texas. So that includes the university systems in the state of Texas. So we have our Prairie View A&M deal that we're currently under a master lease with. We're working on a deal with Texas State University. And then there are a number of deals through the Texas A&M system that we're working on at various levels. But we're also, through our partners, Redstone Residential, which manages about 40,000 leases, we're able to expand outside of Texas to the point that we're looking at deals in Hawaii, in Arizona, at Arizona State, and then we have a couple deals up at Penn State and Drexel University. So what we're finding is that the universities that have this overwhelming need for student housing and that qualify to enter into these public-private partnerships, they're reaching out to us because through our nonprofit organization, we have access to unlimited capital. The fund, what it does is the spark that starts the flame. It gets things started. But the nonprofit organization, because it has a direct connection through the tax-exempt municipal bond market, it can provide the capital to reimburse the fund for any initial outlay of capital and pay for all the construction and development of these student housing projects. So we have a number of projects, unfortunately, because of our size, and we do have a focus on quality. We're only going to do 3 to 4 projects a year in the pipeline.
Got it.
But that generates a significant potential for the fund.
So we keep talking about the state of Texas, and I think you're trying to drive it home you talked about the charity. What's the long-term vision of the PRC fund? Are we going to expand outside the state of Texas eventually?
Well, as I mentioned, that's one of the reasons why we partnered with Redstone Residential. They're based in Utah, and they own a large number of student housing west of Texas. And then we're also looking at partnering with a group in Florida who we think will bring us projects east of Texas in those eastern states. But keep in mind that we're only putting 3 to 4 new projects in the pipeline per year. Now, with that being said, um, you know, give you for instance our phase 2 project. That one project by itself is $125 million. So if we're putting 4 of those in the pipeline, you're looking at over $500 million worth of projects. And so the majority of that money comes through the issuance of those tax exempt municipal bonds.
Got it. Understood. So these are not small projects, was what you're trying to say. So
Correct.
25 per, like people are probably thinking 3 projects per year. How are you going to really be helping an issue? But you're
Right.
just addressing $125 million per project. So if somebody just like, okay, we talk about you, we've been working with each other for years. Let's just walk through that process of like IRA Club clients, right? And how we walk them through it. So if somebody has, let's say, an HSA, does this qualify for all qualified retirement accounts? I know we're talking about alternative assets within retirement dollars. I'm trying to teach people to use their personal dollars and their retirement dollars in the same manner. So this is, although we are talking about this in the facet of only retirement dollars, because it's not you that's investing, it's your retirement dollars that are investing. And by the way, it's all qualified retirement dollars, meaning HSAs, 401ks, solo SEPs, simples, and obviously traditionals and Roths, right? IRAs can invest for as little as $5,000. Remember, it is not you, it is the IRA that's investing. Okay, that is deeded to the actual investment opportunity. This is something that actually JC will help walk you through that process. So JC, because I know you handle a lot of the clients, if they just want to learn more about Pioneer Realty Capital, your company, Charles, where can they find you guys?
They can always call, and a lot of people like to text. They can text me, and we'll be sure to include my contact information or send an
Yep.
email. But we also have a website for the fund that has a plethora of information, and it provides information like the offering circular, previous webinar recordings, and a bunch of educational videos that we've done. But that's at prcequityfund.com. And they can also find our team listed there, and they can find my contact information listed there as well. But I'll also provide that contact information, my phone number and email address.
And most of you know this, JC. I'm huge on networking, talking to each other, seeing what's available, what's out there. One of the biggest reasons why we do this podcast, right, is just to get the word out at the end of the day and what's available to you. Charles, I want yours. I love listening to you sometimes, like on the sidelines. I've joined and jumped on a lot of your webinars. You come off as being quiet, right? There's a calmness about you. If there's something that you want somebody to know about the PRC fund, right? At the end of the day, final thoughts. What would you want it to be? What's the focus? Because I know you're big on education just as much as I am.
Yeah, I'm excited that non-accredited investors through organizations like yours have an opportunity to participate in what we call institutional quality deals. If you think about who's involved in these deals, we're working with major universities, major cities, government organizations that have the strength, the financial strength to make sure that these projects are successful. And there's a huge need. Another thing that I'm really excited about is the social impact that we're able to provide. The ultimate owner of these properties is our nonprofit organization, Project PRC, because that's who's issuing the tax exempt municipal bonds to provide the bulk of the financing to get these projects completed. But along with that, through Project PRC, we provide rental assistance, we provide eviction avoidance. We're also working with some universities to provide a subsidy for these students to make sure that they have a successful, I guess we would call it career, as they enter into this collegiate education. So we want to make sure these folks have a place to live. The university wants to make sure that happens. The cities where these universities are located want to make sure that these students have a successful experience. And for these investors, non-accredited investors, they have an opportunity to participate and have a social impact with these universities.
I love it. And like I said, it's a great cause at the end of the day. And one of the reasons why I really love what you guys are doing over there at Pioneer Realty Capital. Yeah, and I'll make sure, right, to include all the links, the websites on the bottom. But if you just wanted to learn more about what we do, what we offer, always make sure to visit us at iraclub.com/podcast. We host all of our events, our podcasts. Not to mention, at the end of the day, if you do jump on there, I'm going to promise you Dennis's latest book, Money Making Ideas Within Your IRAs and 401ks. Again, ways that we can help educate you to use a portion of your retirement dollars and diversify into different asset classes. Also, JC, if you don't mind, would love to add your most recent updated pitch deck. We could add that link too, so people could learn. Again, non-accredited investors and accredited investors could have the opportunity to jump, help a cause, and in the meantime, make a little bit of a better return than what's currently going on in the markets. As we well know, everything's very volatile this day and age. Inflation's ticked back up. But this is a great opportunity. Charles, JC, you guys are the best. Thank you for having.
One thing I'd like to add, Ramez, if I may, and I apologize, because we like to provide something too, and I think this will be helpful because we're a firm believer in individuals, non-accredited and accredited investors, taking their funds, putting them with a custodian that can provide help and assistance for them. And what we've learned through our research is there are a number of folks that are expats, that are living in other countries, that have money set aside in some of these accounts that are locked up, these 401k plans and others, that the IRA Club could be of help to them. And we produced a guide that we're happy to share with you. It's called the Guide for Expat Living. And it shows how you can leverage the IRA Club and other custodial groups to move money, your qualified money, into these accounts and use it to invest in these what we call alternative investments. And if I can provide a gift to your audience, that would be one we would love to share along with your book, if that's possible.
Absolutely. I'll make sure, please, JC, provide that link. We'll add it on. We'll make sure everybody gets it that's listening. But at the end of the day, talk to each other, communicate. That's why we do these podcasts. Reach out to JC, the Pioneer Realty Capital team over there. That's what I always like to say at the end of the day. Educate yourself first. Take risks that make sense for you, your family, your retirement account. But again, it's not just about your retirement account, but also your personal dollars. That's a great avenue. You're doing this for a good cause.
So if you do decide to reach out to me, you can reach me at 817-285-2542. And my email address is jshelley, that's JSHELLEY, at pioneerrealtycapital.com. And as Ramez stated, we love to hear from you. If you have questions that we might not have addressed in this podcast, we'd be happy to dive a bit more into detail and get those questions addressed for you.
Great. Till next time.
All right. Thank you, Ramez.
The information contained herein is intended to help the viewer successfully navigate common IRS and Department of Labor requirements to help achieve successful results from their IRA. The information is not intended to replace information from your legal counsel or income tax professional. IRA Club does not offer or sell any investment. All investments have risk.